Question from one of our group members: how to deal with a relationship problem, if it's parents or any other relative, any elder or anything, and if you have changed and they are not able to accept the change, or they do not or they are not happy with your change, how to deal with it. Okay, so whenever there is any kind of relationship problem, be it with a parent, be it with a child, be it with an elder, be it with your spouse or anybody else, the first thing that should come in your mind, the basic thing that should come in your mind is that they are souls with a costume. Now, what does this costume mean? That is, just like we are souls with a human body, the human body is a costume. So, the person standing in front of you may be your mother, but actually she is a soul with the costume of a mother. Now, how does it change anything? This concept changes everything. Now you have to consider that anyone with whom you are having a problem, you have to take a view in terms of soul. That is, all of us have taken birth on this earth to grow. Okay. Even the person in front of you who is wearing the costume of your mother has taken birth on this earth to grow. When we think of our parents, a natural expectation comes in our mind that they are perfect and they should behave in a perfect way. They should not judge us. They should think beyond the usual stuffs. Our expectation is wrong. Why? Because just like we are not perfect, even they are not perfect. They may be materialistically tagged as your mother or father or grandmother or anything, but they are just souls with imperfections, with levels of with many levels which need to be changed, which need to be modified, many aspects which need to be improved. So once you start seeing everybody around you in that way, your ideas will be completely clear. Now think the person whom you call your mother. Okay, she is a soul with some of the imperfections. Now she has taken birth on this earth to grow. She has to get rid of, let's say, her possessiveness or her ownership tendency or whatever. Now consider consider a drug addict. Suppose a person was a drug addict in his previous life. And the person said, okay, in my next life, I want to get rid of the addiction. So in the next life, the person will have to first get into drug addiction. And only then he will be able to come out of the addiction. Similarly, we or our parents have chosen a particular scenario where they will be given an infrastructure where they have to work on their weakness. How can I explain this in a simpler way? For example, the person who is wearing the costume of your mother may be having possessiveness problems or ownership problems. So, she chose you who has other problems, but somehow it matches, and you will do something which will trigger that lower emotion of ownership or possessiveness in her. Yeah, you will act in such a way. This is all pre-set up. And then she would have to get over it. If she is successful in this birth, Good. If not, again in the next birth, same thing will repeat. Okay. So first clear all your concepts. Let's try to understand why some things are happening. Once we understand why some things are happening, only then we will be able to find the solution. Okay. So like I always give an example. We are like diamonds having many faces. A diamond has many faces. Some of our faces are covered with mud while the others are clean. So maybe you do not have this problem of ownership or possessiveness. That is, maybe your second face is clean, but this may not be case with your parent. Maybe your parent has this kind of a problem and she has to outgrow it. So you both have been placed in such a situation where you will do something which is against her. She will get triggered and now she will have to work on it. She works or she doesn't work, now it is entirely her story. You don't have to do anything with that. It is her part of growth. She is just a soul. Today she is your mother. In your previous life, maybe she was your neighbor. In your next life, maybe she is nothing. So don't get into all of this. Just consider and just see in terms of a soul. This doesn't mean that you don't love her. See, love is a different thing. We love not just based on relationships. Somebody may not be anything to you, but still you may be feeling love for that person. That is soul connection. Okay? So there is nothing wrong to see your mother in the form of a soul. There's nothing wrong in it because it is a fact. Now, when you see her in the form of a soul, she is a soul who has, let's say, 4 faces of the diamond covered with dirt. She has to clean it. So she is not perfect. So expecting that she will perform in the most perfect way itself is wrong. So the pointer comes to whom? To us. When we expect our parents to behave in idealistic way, our expectation is wrong. Why? Because we are also imperfect souls, even they are imperfect souls. Okay, a soul is pure but not perfect. We have come here to become perfect. So all of us are growing. All of us are fighting their own war. Alright. So if a person or if your mother or your father does not acknowledge what you have done, maybe you have taken a choice. You've made a choice. You made a choice as per your project. Maybe you married somebody whom they did not like, or you married as per your own choice which they did not like. But they are not able to understand that you married someone because it was your project requirement. You had to grow in some certain areas. Okay, so that is the reason you did it. They will not understand that. But we expecting them to understand is our mistake. Okay, why? Because, listen, just consider ourselves 10 years ago. How were we? We were kind of very different from what we are now. We changed because of spiritual association, because of spiritual guidance, isn't it? The positive changes which has come in our life. Why has it come in our life? Why have the concepts changed? Because of spirituality, because of spiritual association, right? They were not lucky to get that. So they are stuck in the same place. They have been born and brought up in a particular way. They have seen people around them who just behave in one particular manner. So to blame them is also not right. It is their natural tendency. It is their natural way to behave. For example, when I have traveled in many countries, that's fine. But when I came here, I got an opportunity to actually come work with people who have different sexual orientation, like they were gays and lesbians. I had a concept in my mind that gays and lesbians are really bad people. But when I spoke to them, I saw they are just normal people like us. They have the same feelings, they have the same love, the same emotions which normal human beings do. It's just that their sexual orientation is different. That's it. But if I say about this to my family in India, will they agree? No. Why? Because they have not been exposed to this circumstance or this situation. So me expecting them to understand this is wrong. Fine. Another concept which you have to understand is that people have their different mental frequencies, emotional frequencies. That is, you may be telling something to someone, but that person will not understand no matter how much you tell them, because your frequency and their frequency is different. Tuning is not happening. They're not getting tuned. Okay, but someone of their frequency tells them something and it clicks. And then we feel frustrated. Oh, I've been telling this from so many days and they were just not giving attention, paying attention. And now the same thing someone else is saying and they just got it. How? That is because of the frequency. This frequency comes because also of the modes of nature, that is Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic, which mode of nature we are following. Like if I go to a slum area and I catch hold of a person and I tell that person that, hey, listen, if you do this, your solar plexus chakra will get contaminated. Your basic chakra will be smaller. That person will tell me, go to hell. I have to earn bread and butter for my family. I have more important things to do. I'm not interested in your chakras or your auras. Isn't it? So you need to understand that all the people, even though they are your family members, may not be in the same frequency in which you are. Okay? Their vibrations are different on different levels. So it will not tune. So no matter how much head you bang, it will not happen. How I look into this concept is, this is my view. It may or may not be right. But what I say it is, we all are made up of doors and windows. That is, let's consider in our entire body there are many doors and windows. Okay, each door or window represents a particular emotion or a particular concept or something. Now, as per the laws of spirituality, even Reddy sir has said this, people who are selfish are not given an opportunity to spiritually grow. It's just like a curse, isn't it? So a person who was selfish in his last birth has been given a curse that for 10 births there will be no spiritual growth in you. So what happens is, those doors are locked. Suppose those 2 doors which represent spiritual growth or maturity are locked. We are trying to continuously knock on those doors. Okay, we are continuously trying to knock on those doors, but those doors won't open because they are locked. And then when we feel frustrated that we are trying to explain them that this is the right way to live your life, this is the right way, you should meditate, you should do forgiveness, you should do this, you should that, but that person is not able to understand and you feel frustrated. Why? Because those doors are locked. So no matter how long you keep tapping, it won't open. It will open only after 10 births. Another concept is, suppose you are the cleaner of a school. You are only allowed to clean the common areas, that is the canteen area, the classrooms, etc. But you are not allowed to enter the management offices, that is the principal's office or the HOD's office. Only a cleaner with a special eligibility is allowed to enter the management office. So, when we are trying to explain a concept to someone, our parent or anybody, but they are not able to understand it, maybe because we are just allowed to clean some common areas. That is, we can enter only some doors in their body or in their mind. That is, maybe we can tell them, okay, if you do this asan, you will get rid of BP. They will understand that. That is, we could enter their common area. But the special areas, only someone with a higher aura, with a bigger aura, with a piercing talent can put the concept in their mind that why they should meditate. So what is, don't waste your energy. Okay, up to some extent you have to try. You have to keep tapping the door, you have to keep tapping the door. But then you have to remember these two concepts, that maybe you are just a normal cleaner who doesn't have access to those rooms. The person who has access will eventually come. So bless that your parents, bless that may my parent be spiritually guided, spiritually motivated, may their thinking horizon improve. See, even we used to judge, isn't it, before? Just after the formation of the group, many people are now aware that they shouldn't judge. But even we used to judge. Because a person is behaving in a particular way due to many reasons. Truth is multidimensional. We cannot really understand why a person is behaving in a particular way. So we should not judge. But the same concept may not be followed by our family members. So with time, nature will explain. You don't have to worry. What you can do is, when you see that your parent is not able to understand you, not able to accept you, first thing is, consider them as souls and they are not expected to behave in that way. They are just normal souls. They behave in a particular way. Okay. Second thing is, just because of their behavior, stop feeling the pain. Instead of expecting, accept. See, even if you hear this audio, if you do not imbibe it in your soul, it will not help your day-to-day life. Listen very carefully. Even I know the concepts. See, I'm telling you, that means I'm very well aware of the concepts. But when such a situation comes, if I have some problems with my family, with my parents, it doesn't click instantly. The first thing which comes in my mind is expecting. They are our mother, my father. How can they do like this? This is the first thing which comes. So instantly you have to switch. Accept that they are this way. And why they are this way? Because they are souls with imperfections who have come on this earth to become perfect. They are growing just like we are growing. So there's nothing wrong. Okay? Get rid of the pain. Because if you continuously keep expecting, oh, my parents should have understood, my parents should have understood, you will generate pain in your body, which will create toxins, which will create diseases. You will finally end up having blood pressure, migraine, etc., etc. Okay? So this doesn't help. Stop feeling the pain, because now you know why they are behaving in such a way. Listen to this audio repeatedly. On one shot, everything will not enter anybody's head. Okay? So, I hope it is clear that why our parents behave in this way. Okay? Now, the second point is, you have changed and they are not accepting your change. Is it right or is it wrong? Lord Krishna has said, change is inevitable. The universe behaves on the concept of change. Okay, see, weather changes, seasons change, everything changes, concepts change, we have changed. Initially there was Sati Pratha, which was like, oh, this has to be followed. But then Prahlad Maharaj abolished it, saying that no, instead of dying for the person who has died, live for the person who is living. That is, instead of dying for your husband, live for your son who is living. So he brought the change. Now there is no Sati Pratha. So there has to be change. If we don't change, we don't grow. If you have changed to maintain stability in your family, to maintain happiness in your family, it is good. But don't expect your parents to understand that. That thing is wrong. How will they understand it? Are they spiritually guided? Are they spiritually motivated? Do they hear pravachans from us? No. They are just living the same life in the same pattern without any exposure. Again, their doors are locked, their frequency is different. Their faces are covered with mud. Some of the faces, eventually they will grow because nature helps everybody. Eventually, everything will be fine. But what you can do is, you should not get into the argument. You don't try to explain them which they are not ready to accept. It is a waste of time. It will really destroy your relationship. And eventually what will happen is your energy will be sucked out. So now you have to behave in a very clever way. Now you know, right? So at least now after knowing that why they are behaving in this way, 70% of the burden which you have been carrying must have reduced. 70%. Why? Because you know whatever they are doing is not wrong. They are behaving exactly like they are designed. This is how normal people are designed. We are different. We are trying to improve. That is the reason things are happening around us. We are so lucky. We are privileged. Otherwise, just imagine, even we could have become parents like this, isn't it? Why do parents behave in this way? Because parents think that they are the owners, they are the creators of the children. But the concept is so wrong. What are we? What am I? I am a soul wearing a mother's body. Okay? Lord Krishna or the Creator has used me to give birth to a baby, and he has given me a costume called Mother, who is responsible to take care of the baby. The baby doesn't belong to me, it belongs to the Creator. I am just a caretaker. This was explained in one of the lectures of Shivani in such a beautiful way that suppose you have a house and you are going on a vacation, you entrust the house to a person that for 15 days you have to take care of my house. The person says fine. You go on a vacation. When you come back, you say okay, now give back my house. And the caretaker says that no, it's my house now. Why? Because I've been taking care of it. Will that be right? No. Similarly, God has made all the creation. Even our body doesn't belong to us. We have to leave our body. Nothing belongs to us. The wrong concept of ownership causes all the problem. So the parents think, I have given birth to my child. The child has to behave the way I want because I have taken so much pain for the child. I've done so much. I've spent money. I've done this. I've done that. No, the money was given by the Creator. Your body with which you took pain was given by the Creator. Nothing belongs to you. You were just given a job of a caretaker of your child. That's it, of the child. So this concept cannot be explained to everybody because ego will come in between. Parents think that when I have actually taken so much pain, I have done everything, and the child is now behaving as per his wishes. This is not right. This is because of the ego. Now it's quite difficult for you to tell somebody get rid of your ego. It takes penance. It takes years, isn't it? So we won't go into that. What you have to do is you have to save yourself. You have to try helping others, but first save yourself. Because if you are not strong, if you become weak, how can you help others? By trying to explain someone, your energy gets sucked out. How will you help them? So first come on that level. First empower yourself. Alright. So I hope you have understood now that why someone is behaving in this way. This is because of the ownership thing, the possessiveness, the attachment thing. Always, when I say love in a detached way, the thing is, what does detachment mean? Detachment means that I'm not expecting the person in front of me to behave in the way I want. This is detachment. I will simply love that person even if that person doesn't love me. This is detachment. The actions of the person in front of me will not affect me. This is detachment. I want the person to be happy even if I am not a part of his happiness. This is detachment. So love in a detached way is the key concept. Otherwise, you can be attached, but then you just invite pain, because in attachment what happens is you want the person in front of you to behave in the way you want. If the person behaves in a different way, you get agitated. That is because of attachment. Why? Can you behave exactly like a person wants? Just think it in the opposite way. If someone expects me to behave continuously the way he or she wants, won't it be a burden on me? I am a free soul. I have a right to live. I have a right to do whatever I want. Yeah, the best thing I can do is try not to hurt a person, but even it has limitations. There are so many factors. There are the karmic reasons, there are the soul growth and everything. There are so many factors. So, whenever a problem comes in our life, we need to think, oh, time for test. See, problems will come. Everybody has problems. But problems do not indicate trouble. Problems indicate that, okay, now it's time for test. Are you prepared? Whatever you have learned, are you prepared? You have to implement it. If you implement it, the right thing, problem will disappear. Okay, but the next problem will come. The whole life, problems will keep coming. It's just like a hurdle race. You know, you jump one hurdle, then there is another hurdle. You have to jump that hurdle also till you reach your destination. The destination is actually not important. The thing is your journey when you are jumping the hurdles. Are you jumping it with the tears in your eyes? Or are you jumping it with a smile on your face? If you constantly think of the hurdles as, oh my god, again a problem, no. Oh, you smile and say, oh, okay, again test time. This time I'm going to do it right. Revise all your concepts. Okay, this is how I have to perform. The more you're aware, the more easy your test will be. Alright, so again, now I hope the concept is clear why parents behave in such a way. Now, when a parent is behaving in such a way, now you're aware, you know this is what they will do. So you accepted it. Now what you're going to do is how to tackle the situation. The best thing is avoid any kind of discussions related to all these sensitive topics. Just divert their mind. Say, I'm not interested to speak about this. Say good things. Speak about positive things. Speak about positive things in their life. Empower them. See, when you actually understand this, you will understand that you will have sympathy for them, because they are just souls who have so much to learn, and they are simply suffering because they don't have the knowledge. Sympathize with them. Bless them. That may they really understand the concepts while they are alive, because if they do not understand this, in their next birth, it will be tougher. It will be more difficult. We really need to understand that relationship problems, financial problems, health problems come because they want to teach us a lesson. If we learn the lesson, good. If we don't learn the lesson, in next life, we actually undertake a more difficult project. And what can be that difficult project? Okay, I will have health problems, I will have financial problems, I will have relationship problems, but I will also have paranormal problems. Why? Because in all the last births, I did not perform as per my requirement. So now there will be higher problems, because time is running out, isn't it? You've set your life that, okay, in this life I'm going to get rid of all these problems, but you are not aware, you are not working on them. So next life you will have these problems plus additional problems. So isn't it better to get rid in this life itself, to grow in this life itself? Okay, so next time you have an issue with your mother or your father, what will you do? First thing, you will think they are soul who are not perfect. Second thing, you will think that put yourself in their shoes. Like if a blind person is not able to see the actual thing, but that person is still suffering, isn't it? So your parents are still suffering because they are not able to understand the reason for their suffering. So have sympathy for them. Third thing is behave in the kindest way possible with them. Kindest way possible. Because they have given birth to us. We understand, yeah, they have expectations. Maybe even we will have expectations from our kids. What to do, isn't it? You have to behave in the kindest way possible. Fourth thing is you have to bless them. Bless them that they may grow spiritually. Bless them that may they be detached. May they understand why they have taken birth. Bless them with all the good things, all the positive things. Fifth is you have to forgive them and seek forgiveness from them. It's karmic account. You have hurt them before. They will hurt you now. You will again hurt them. They will again hurt you. This will go on and on. Learn the lesson and forgive. Don't get attached. Today she is your mother. In your next life she may not be. In your last life she must have been your neighbor. Always remember this concept. Don't get too much attached with anybody. Attachment doesn't mean that detachment doesn't mean lack of love. You have to love, but your love will be of a superior quality. Your love won't be that, okay, you did like this, so I will also do like this. No, your love will be, no matter what you do, my love for you will be intact. I will not change. So this is how you have to behave. And then you will see and you will feel the peace inside you. All you have to do is love. Just spread love. Just give love to them. And feel the peace inside you. Feel the calmness inside you. Because everybody is fighting their own war. Have no grudge against anybody. If a person is behaving, that person is in a diseased state of mind. Try to understand that is why he is suffering. The person who is causing pain to you is suffering inside. So be more sympathetic, more kind to them. Really have sympathy. You should just, stroke their head and say, everything will be okay. I love you. This love changes everything. You just have to love. And you can only love when you see it beyond your abilities, that the person in front of you is just a soul like you who is fighting through his or her imperfections for the growth intended. And this is our life's purpose. Once you understand this, all the problems near you will disappear. And in order to perform, see, even it's difficult for me, but I know the concepts. But when the situation strikes, this audio should start playing in your mind. This audio is good for me also, frankly speaking. Even I will keep hearing this. So, when the situation strikes, when your loved one behaves in a bad way with you, this audio should play in your mind and it should start repeating. That person is a soul who is suffering inside, who is not perfect, who has expectation problems, who has ownership problems. What can I do? Should I feel pain? No, I shouldn't feel pain. What can I do? I will detach myself from the situation. I will take a helicopter view or a satellite view. I will try to understand why the person is behaving, because of the environment he has been brought up, because of the conditions in which he has lived for all these years, because of the no change in anything he has seen. So, but I have seen the changes. I will bless the person. I will forgive the person. I will just love the person. That's it. Just focus on what you can do. Do not try to change anybody else. Just focus on what you can do and just see the miracle. And now smile. I hope this audio brings a smile on your face, on anybody who is listening to this. Finally, किसी के साथ कुछ बुरा तो होता ही नहीं. हम सब सीख रहे हैं. यहाँ पे सब अच्छा ही होता है. Everything happens for our growth. Nothing bad happens in this universe. Nothing bad happens, seriously. It's all a learning part. Just like we go to school, our parents send us to school. In the school, if a teacher scolds us for our handwriting or anything, it's just for our growth, and then again we happily come back into the arms of our mother. Similarly, we come here, we learn, we go back to God in the loving arms of God. So that's it. Don't be so afraid of the school. It's fine. It's for a short time. And again we go back. So it's okay. So smile and have a wonderful day. Bye.